Hello, my name is Andre, and I'm a black nerd. No, I'm not actually Andre. My name is Richard. I'm a black nerd, but my name isn't Andre. So, Andre, don't sue me. Don't sue me because I didn't do anything wrong to you. I have $0 in my account right now. You would get absolutely nothing. So you could sue me, but it would be a waste of time. Let's progress with the show. So, I'm a man, a very grown man, who likes things that grown men probably should not like. I'm knocking on 30. I like comic books and superhero movies and wrestling, and I love movies. Love movies. Lately, I have not been watching as many as I used to. I used to be obsessed. I used to watch all that crap. The foreign movies from Criterion Collection. I used to, just have marathons for certain guys. I even, do things like, make a whole production when I'm watching movies at home. I put trailers on, the pre-rolls from AMC theaters. I still do that from time to time, but I should go back to doing that. I'm digressing, though. I'm off point. I don't like being off point, so I'm going to go back on point. The point of this whole thing is to discuss something else that I'm very nerdy about, and that thing that I'm very nerdy about is wrestling. I love wrestling. I love it. And, I loved it as a kid, but I never... No. I loved it as a kid. I loved it more than anybody, really, up until about 2004. 2004 is when I stopped hardcore watching wrestling. For various reasons. School. I started getting into video games pretty hard at the time, and, school and girls and, obligations. I was in the ROTC, and I was on a team called the Raiders, and that took up a lot of my time after school, so I didn't have much time to watch wrestling. So, yeah, it stopped. My love of wrestling kind of ended a little bit after Benoit won the world title. And, that was about it. Eddie Guerrero died, and I watched his tribute episode, and I think that was the last thing I actually saw of wrestling for about 13 years. Then there was that big controversy about Goldberg coming back and fighting Lesnar, and that's when I kind of got interested again. And when he beat Lesnar in about, 10 seconds maybe? When he beat him that quick, I was in. They hooked me again. They did it. The man did it. He hooked a grown man on wrestling again. And I loved it. Then I started to watch other people like, Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens and different things like that. And I started to like other people. I started liking people like Dean Ambrose. I thought he was funny, and a little bit off, which is, I like funny and off people because I'm off. I'm not that funny, but I'm really, really off most of the time. So I loved Dean Ambrose. And eventually I started to learn that there was people who were better than him, like Finn Balor and Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. These guys are fan-freaking-tastic. And I started to get my own favorites. Then I discovered that there was another brand that WWE had called NXT. NXT is awesome. It is, in fact, better than the main roster stuff. And, that's my little short story about my, finding love with wrestling again. And now I'm going to discuss everything that happened last week very quickly. I'm not going to spend much time on it because I'm not the best talker. If I were a wrestler, I would be James Ellsworth. He was not very good on the mic. He was not very good in the ring. But, people look at him. They look him up and down. They go, I pity that guy. So I'm going to cheer that guy. And then that guy's going to be a little bitch and work with Carmella. And then I'm going to start booing that guy. That is me. That is who I relate to. I'm scrawny and I'm nerdy. And people don't really relate to me. But They sympathize with me. They pity me. That's who I am. So, I'm gonna stop ranting and discuss the Raw episode. The Raw episode. We're on the road to WrestleMania. And what I thought of the Raw episode is this. Me. I don't know. As of now, there have been a few confirmed matches. I don't have anything written down. This is not really a prepared podcast. I don't have much of anything written down, so this is all off the top of my head, so it will be wrong, most likely. But I think the only confirmed WrestleMania matches so far is Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles, and the match with Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. And then there's the other match with who is it? Yes, Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Seth Rollins. No, here's the thing. The Miz is not going to be fighting Seth. He's not going to be fighting Finn, but he's going to be fighting both of them. Nice call, Kurt. Nice call. I love Kurt Angle, but he makes so many mistakes that most people wouldn't make. And it's funny. He's having trouble on the mic since he's been back. This guy. And it's funny because he used to be so good. He really, sucked everything up like a sponge. At first he wasn't the best, but then he learned what the business was, and he became one of the best guys in the business, mic-wise and in the ring. But now I guess maybe I don't get why he's rusty on the mic, though. He was in TNA for like 10 years, and now he's making all these foibles and kerfuffles. I don't know if those are actual words, but he's not doing well, mic-wise. But I'm still hyped. He's great. I'm not hyped for his match, but I'm hyped whenever Kurt gets in the ring. And, but my point is, WrestleMania has about 3, maybe 4 confirmed matches, and I'm not excited about any of them except for Nakamura versus Styles. But they're doing a terrible job building that up, too. I mean, Styles and Nakamura have barely interacted since we've, found out about their feud. I imagine that they'll probably interact more after Fastlane, but they should really have worked on that. And they better not toss that title to Cena. But as far as I'm concerned now, the only match I'm hyped for is Nakamura versus Styles. And that's not even fully confirmed yet. So I think they're doing a pretty terrible job at building to WrestleMania. We're about 5 weeks away now. We should have these matches in stone. Or at least have some decent build up. I think off this episode, the only thing that really stuck out, the only thing I really liked, is the whole we're turning Nia Jax babyface now. That was a good bit, especially the fact that Alexa managed to get some tears out of Nia Jax. I mean, I wonder what she actually did. What places did Nia Jax go to pick up those tears? Those are beautiful. Those were shoot. But I thought that was the only thing that really hooked me in that episode. A few weeks ago, I was really into the whole prospect of Bayley and Sasha fighting at WrestleMania, and it seems like they're going there, but I officially don't care anymore. They took something that was exciting and ruined it again. WWE Creative took an exciting idea of a story and they made it boring. They dragged it out like a tortoise. It's this whole, I won't hug her. I'm going to move away. I'm not going to let her tag me. I'm not going to let her hug me. And it's like, I thought Sasha was going heel. Why are we making Bayley a heel? She's not good on the mic. Why would you make someone who's not good on the mic a heel? Don't do that. Don't, please. She's a better good guy. And Sasha's a better heel. So I would say that I'm now officially not interested in this match, which is crazy because at TakeOver Brooklyn 2, I think they had a really good match. Really good match. Beautiful. Iron Woman, I'm sorry. But that's my take on Raw. They're not really doing anything with the bar, and I so far the broken Matt story isn't very good. I'm hoping that since they're taking it to the Hardy compound now, that it's going to be better. But I'm not holding my breath. They've been ruining things lately. Maybe it's the fact that Bray Wyatt's involved, and when he's involved, the story kind of goes awry. He's not selling it right, and they don't know what to do with him. Maybe they should give Wyatt the Jeff Hardy storyline that he had in TNA, where he is fighting against Matt at first, and then he becomes a part of the Hardy family. Maybe Bray Wyatt is, in fact, Brother Nero in this scenario. Maybe not. That would be cool. But there's so much about this episode I didn't really dig that much. I mean, I like that Ronda Rousey's kicking some butt, but I'm not really excited about this match, even though the promos have been really funny. I would say the only build-up that's been good is that. The Triple H and Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle and Stephanie McMahon stuff. That's been decent build-up, but I just never was excited for the match, really. So, we'll see about that. The main event with Roman, where, of course, Roman won the Elimination Chamber, so now he's going to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. And, I wasn't excited for this match, but I went back and I watched the WrestleMania 31 match between Lesnar and Reigns, and boy, oh boy, I loved it. It was great. Some of those hits that Reigns was giving Lesnar were real hits, and I loved it. Lesnar looked pissed, and Reigns was laughing like Rocky. It was fun. And then the magic of it all, too, is that no one wanted to see Roman win. So when Seth came out, they lost it. Seth came out and just made fools of them both. Man, it was a great match. And I don't think that they could top that. But, it made me a little teensy bit more excited for Lesnar versus Reigns. A teensy bit more excited. But I'm still not excited. Mainly because I see what they're doing. They're trying to make the audience turn against Lesnar because he's leaving soon for UFC. And I don't know. That's... I get it. They're trying to make Roman a thing. Blah, blah, blah. Lesnar's not showing up. But that's the way he's always been. Lesnar's never pretended to be anything else. So why are we making a big deal out of it now? I don't think it'll work that well. I think that they'll possibly cheer Roman at Mania. But that won't last long, guys. It's not going to last long. They don't like Roman. They don't like that you're shoving him down our throats. Once Lesnar leaves, they're going to go back to booing him. And I don't actually hate Reigns. I like him. I agree with everyone else. He's not the guy. He's like the Diesel to Seth Rollins' Shawn Michaels. Rollins is the real star, but we will see how it all turns out. We will see. Paul Heyman came out and gave his standard Paul Heyman speech. I wasn't really into this one as much as I was into most Paul Heyman promos. He was kind of going off the rails a little bit with this. He was all over the place. He was calling the title a bitch, and it was a whole thing. And it usually Paul's promos have a direction they go in, and this one just felt directionless. But of course, Paul is a perfect speaker, so of course it's going to be a great promo no matter what he says. But he was all over the place in this promo, and he didn't really have a real point to me. So it just seems to me like I see what they're doing. They're trying to make us hate Lesnar. They're trying to make us think that Lesnar may or may not even show up for WrestleMania, but I don't buy that crap. Of course he's showing up. He's going to show up and he's going to give a match and he's going to hand the title to Roman, but they're trying to work the crowd. And it's working so far, so okay, whatever. It's working, so keep doing it. I just think it's whatever. And the promo that Roma did last week, I said Romo. I meant Roman. The promo that Roman did last week was better than what he usually does. But for all these people saying that it was the best thing to come along and blah, blah, you have short-term memory loss. His promo against Cena was way better. This one was just, eh. And it even seemed like a Cena promo that was delivered poorly. I didn't like it. I liked the passion behind the words he was saying, but I didn't like the words he was saying. It was obviously very written and not that well written. I don't know. But what the hell do I know? I'm just a guy. I'm just a stupid little nerd who likes wrestling. Apparently I'm supposed to be like a mark, whatever. I don't care. I don't know the terminology. Mark, smark, whatever. Whatever I am, whatever. Based on that episode of Raw, I'm not very excited for WrestleMania, but I will still watch because I like wrestling for the most part. I'm just not hyped. I'm not feeling it. They have to do something to hype me up. Give me some good, some good matches in the cards. I don't know. Maybe make a Jeff versus Matt deletion thing and drop this whole Bray Wyatt thing and bring Jeff back now that he's not injured anymore and do like a Brother Nero versus Broken Matt fight. I would like to see that. So on to SmackDown, which, in my opinion, okay, let me break this down again. SmackDown, the go-home show was poop. It stunk. It was a lot of last-minute booking crap. The main event bored me, which is surprising because AJ was involved. The Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens stuff, it's really pissing me off because I think they're rushing the Sami and Kevin feud too fast. I don't like this. I don't like what they're doing with it. I liked when they were buddies. I liked when they were causing trouble all through the WWE. But now it's like, oh, they don't trust each other anymore. Sami, did he turn on Kevin? Does Kevin trust Sami? Does Sami trust Kevin? Let's break them up super quick. The Vince McMahon way. Break up the team so fast. I don't like that they're breaking them up already. The Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho friendship went on way longer than this. And, I know they're trying to take it to Mania, but I want their friendship to last longer. I like the stuff they do as a heel friends. And I don't think Sami's ready to go back to being a babyface. If I'm being honest, he doesn't even get that much of a pop when he's a heel. So I don't know. It's too soon to move Sami back to babyface. It is. It's too soon. And if he's a separate heel, then what is he doing? I don't know. So, yeah. But I would go over the episode, but it was so boring, the whole episode. And the matches for Fastlane were just like last-minute setups. What was one of the matches? Becky Lynch and Naomi versus... I'm forgetting the match already because it's so boring. Carmella and Natalia. I'm sorry. That is... Why did they even do this? I know they have to fill the card, but the build-up, oh my God. They wasted so much time with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn that they forgot to set up matches for the other wrestlers. And I thought that SmackDown was known as the land of opportunity. And then we have Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riott. Wait, my opinion on this is different, though. I like Ruby Riott. I like her. She is good in the ring, and she actually is good on the mic. But she has, no reaction from the fans. They don't care about her. They don't hate her. They don't love her. That's the worst place to be in. The worst place. Which means I don't like to be that guy who blames creative for everything. But in this case, it's creative. This woman should be over. This woman should be full of heat. But they're writing her terrible crap. Really, because she's good. She can deliver it. And she's good in the ring, too. She delivers good matches. And yet no one cares. That's a problem to me. That's a problem. She could be a star, this Ruby Riott. She has a look about her. She's tough as nails. And she's angry and passionate and fiery. And no one cares. No one cares because they and I think it's because the writers are telling Charlotte to make it seem like she's nothing. Because whenever she gives these fiery promos, and Charlotte kind of, gives that little smug smirk, and she goes, you cute little thing. You're not going to win anything ever. And I don't like that. I love Charlotte, though. I don't think Ruby should win the title, but I think that Ruby should be pushed as more of a viable threat, and she's not. And no one cares. And I'm one of them. Well, I care about her, but as far as the match goes, I don't care. I respect them both. I think they're both very talented athletes, but I don't care. I don't care. So, what else is on that card? Oh, the stupid U.S. title crap. Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode. That sucks. I love Bobby Roode. I like his heel persona. But this one here, no, Bobby Roode is not very special at all right now. He's just a guy who says Glorious all the time and has awkward segments, apparently. Really terrible booking on this part. At this point, I would rather see Jinder versus Bobby than Bobby versus Randy. Why did they even do this? Randy should take a break, because he's clearly not. He doesn't seem like he's loving it too much anymore. I think he should take a break. But Jinder is trying. I could look at Jinder now, and even though the segments they're giving them, the promos are fine from Jinder, but the segments they're giving these guys are terrible. And there was one where I was like, what is the point of this? Like 2 weeks ago between Jinder. It was about that stupid list, the top 10 list, when the superstars pick the top 10 wrestlers in Smackdown. And and then Jinder comes out and he's like, hey, Randy, Bobby's higher than you and you're a legend. And then he's not even on the list. But this is the stupidest feud ever, and I have a feeling it's going to be Bobby versus Jinder versus Randy at WrestleMania. Or Randy will win the U.S. title and Bobby will get a rematch and Bobby will win the title again. I don't care. What else? What else is the matches for Fastlane? I don't know. I don't remember. It's just not memorable. What else is going on there? You know what? At this point, I would like... You know what I want? What I want for Fastlane... The only way that I would be interested in watching Fastlane, I will watch it, but the only way I'll be interested in watching it is if they just said the first half of Fastlane is going to be, Fashion Files. Just a full Fashion Files episode. The first hour. If you told me that the first hour of Fastlane was going to be an hour-long Fashion Files episode, I would watch it in a heartbeat. Those guys are underutilized. They're hilarious. I love them. Breezango. I love those guys. And I wish they had more to do. But they don't. And, that's my thoughts on this week of wrestling. Oh, wait. I guess I could talk about NXT, but I was barely paying attention to that episode. I was multitasking. So I'll go back and watch that and discuss it later. The main event was good, though. Actually, you know what? The most I could say about NXT was all the matches were good, but I wasn't really fully involved and invested in these matches, so I can't give a full opinion on it. I love this new chick, Bianca Belair, though. She's awesome. I like her. She has some swag, man. She's swag. She got some swagger. She's good. And she's good, too. She's strong, and that long hair braid she has where she whips people with it. She didn't whip the girl this week, which I was very upset about, but she has some charisma. I like to hear how she is on the mic. That's about it. I'm not looking forward to Fastlane. I'm not looking forward to Mania right now, but maybe Vinny McMahon, Vinnie Mac will change my mind.